Welcome to Tala Talks, where I share my everyday thoughts and everyday experiences. I'm super excited for today's video and I'm very grateful that you're here with me. I'm going to be sharing with you 10 true stories of what I have to commit to in creating this YouTube channel. And these are true stories, baby. It's what you don't see on screen, and I've never shared this before, and I thought it might be interesting or informative for you to know what I go through each and every time I make these videos. I'm more than grateful and I'm very happy. But here's 10 true stories of what goes on behind the scenes. And welcome to this beautiful paradise. I'm really so happy that you're here with me right now. I am taking you behind the scenes so that you know what it's like in creating these YouTube videos. But before that, I am really grateful to be in such a beautiful paradise such as this. We are in Siargao, which is the southern part of the Philippines. We are at a place called Mindanao, and it's one of my favorite places. You've got a mix of nature, but also some conveniences like man-made stuff, restaurants. The Wi-Fi is getting better, it just depends where you are. But back to this video. Let's begin, and I'm gonna tell you some challenges that I go through. If you are familiar with other YouTube videos, especially those people who vlog about their lifestyle, it's very easy because they take you along with them and they say, oh, this is what I'm having for breakfast, here we are, and I find that very easy. But for this particular channel, I do a lot of planning. So wherever you are right now, that's one of my favorite homes. I personally can't afford to live there right now, but I've made another video and I've featured what it's like living there, the name, the cost. But yeah, there's a lot of planning that goes into making these videos. I deliberately make a list of the things that I want to share. So I do make a script. And then after that, I really thoroughly go through them one by one. So instead of making it very raw and candid, I make bullet points. And then from there, I share with you some of the thoughts that come in. Sometimes I forget some of those details, but the important thing is having an outline. That's really important so that everything is more organized, and hopefully I don't miss out on any information. I think this next one is very important. It is setting up the filming environment. Of course, nowadays we don't use film, but just choosing the location and the vibe. I really love, for this particular channel, I really love making sure that I show you my authentic side, which is currently right now being with nature and being closer to non-man-made things. Of course, the pros there is that, you know, there's more peace, you feel more aligned, you feel more centered, but it will come with a price sometimes. If you're staying in a fancy place like this, you might have to spend more. I'm not personally staying here, and also there could be mosquitoes. So for me, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. So I really do my best to make sure that I choose a spot where there's some ocean there, there's a body of water, so that you can be getting some good vibes. And I really want to do my best to make sure to bring all these magical bits right to you wherever you are. If you are at home, I really wish that you could smell all the fresh air right now. It smells amazing. My lungs feel more revitalized, and I just want to give you all of this peace and nature if it's possible. I hope that's penetrating your screen right now, because that's really my hopes. With regards to lighting, sometimes when I do other videos that aren't on this channel, lighting can be a challenge because I could be indoors, the camera isn't doing so great. But luckily, all the places that I choose for this channel, I really do my best to be in natural sunlight. If you've seen some of my previous clips, some of them are so challenging because, like any developing place, there's so many constructions going on. I can actually hear some saws and, I don't know, welding, and in my other video there was a lot of hammering. I was in a place that was in the outdoors, but there was construction ongoing right next to me, and not just one, not just two, there were three. So yeah, it does get challenging to find that certain momentum if you've got all the creative juices there and all of a sudden you hear construction, and it's just life. It's something that I don't let it bother me. I mean, there's abundance all over. I could choose any place to video, and yeah, that's kind of what it's like behind the scenes. Let's get real. A lot of the times I tend to slur my words, and if I'm really wanting to share a lot of information, there's so much going on here and my mouth isn't as quick as my brain, and sometimes I just end up jumbling the words and I can't pronounce them properly. If you've watched enough of my videos, I'm sure you've noticed that. And sometimes I just don't edit them out. Sometimes I just leave them there. So many times I don't speak perfectly. Even some of my grammar and pronunciation don't go well, and it's just some things that I have to put up with. We're all human, we make mistakes, and to me, sometimes making those kinds of mistakes, I just roll with it. I accept that I'm not perfect, and sometimes there will be bloopers and second takes and third takes, and sometimes I have to take a break and I have to pause from making these videos because I don't know why. Maybe my mouth is just not working very well. And sometimes my throat hurts if I'm speaking a lot, but whatever the reason is, there's definitely lots and lots of bloopers. Or if you've seen some of my other clips, everything's going smoothly and all of a sudden there's construction, or there's just like candid things going on in the background. I really love those things because it just shows you the rawness of everything. True story. I do have quite a lot to say about this next one, and it's video editing. I think every person who makes a video wishes that they could just take it and not have to edit, although I do know some people who actually love the editing process. If I'm just gonna tell you everything, I think I've worked with at least 4 different apps or editing tools or editing softwares. I don't know what it is. Some of, like, I'll have one app that edits this but it doesn't have captions like what we're using now, and another app will have certain features that the other doesn't have. So it comes with experience and it comes with preferences to decide on which app to choose. Right now I'm working with 2 apps because the one that I prefer doesn't have captions, and if I do add extra for that, it just doesn't come out well. So the app that I'm using to finalize this does have that. I'm not gonna get too technical, but definitely the editing process behind it is very tricky. It also gets trickier if you're working on a very tight budget and you don't have the money to spend for decent apps that could do all the work. Of course, not all the work, but so yeah, your girl has to find ways to be resourceful on how I can still stay within my monthly very tight, almost non-existent budget, and come out with the final product right now, which is what you're seeing. We are taking a quick break from today's video. I am beyond excited that you're here, and I wanted to take this moment to thank you so much for your support. For those who have sent a thank you, a donation, or who have messaged me directly for donations, thank you so much from my heart to yours. I am beyond appreciative. I am beyond grateful. It motivates me and inspires me to continue this channel, to send nothing but good vibes and more information that would be hopefully useful and or entertaining as well. If you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating it, please feel free to send a thank you. This is how to do it. It's very easy. Though should I mention, YouTube does get 30% of that, and what's left, there are tax deductions. Feel free to send a thank you. If you would also like to go direct, this is my email address. Please feel free to send me an email. I'm also on Instagram. You can DM me directly. I will respond. PayPal is also available if you do find it more convenient. If you would like to use a Wise transfer, this is the QR code which you can scan with your phone provided that you have internet. Otherwise, this is my username. Hopefully you'd be able to find me on Wise. I am also on Gcash. Alternatively, this is my Gcash QR code. You would have to open your Gcash app first and then use the app to scan the QR code. I am also very thrilled to mention that I have a membership which you can join, and if you'd like to have a quick chat, ask me questions about anything, I would love to really help you out. And don't forget to join the membership. That would unlock the social media access. When you do join the membership, I am offering a special behind the scenes experience that I don't share anywhere else. I'll take you along with me behind the scenes so you'll know what's going on behind the camera, which is quite exciting. There may be some bloopers and hiccups along the way, but I'd be happy to share that with you. You'll even have the power to choose the next topics for the following videos. Feedback for me is so important, and I would love to know what you would like to see next. You'll have the power to design the next videos that'll be coming out. Help me choose topics, issues, challenges that you might be facing in the Philippines. I would love to tackle all of those topics. You will also be receiving exclusive updates just for you as a member. You can click on the membership link that is located on the description box, and this can be renewed every month. Again, I want to say how much I appreciate you. If my videos inspired you, made you smile, or given you a little escape, I'd love for you to be part of this next chapter. Thank you for being such an incredible part of my life. From my world to yours, with all my love and gratitude, thank you. So this next one is creating the thumbnails and titles. And if you really want to go behind the scenes, I've got a little list here so that I want to make sure that you get all the information and everything that I want to share is all organized and I don't miss out on anything. So creating thumbnails does require some form of editing skills. There are apps now that can do the job and you don't have to think about it, especially with AI going on. But if there's a specific look that you want, you will learn. It's easy enough. I think the reason for these apps is to make sure that any person, any regular Joe or Sue or Carla, I don't know the names, but will be able to create thumbnails. And for titles, again, there are a lot of creators that want to get catchy titles or make catchy thumbnails, but it's clickbait. I don't know if you're familiar with clickbait. It's kind of like just to bait you into clicking their video, but their information may not necessarily be aligned with the thumbnail or the title. As much as possible, even if I would love to get millions and millions of views, I am just so grateful that I have views at all. And also that I've received comments saying positive things. So really, those little things, to me, they're big. They really do encourage me to continue making these videos. Oh yes, I am not a stranger to technical issues. Oh, where do I begin? So if I'm gonna be quite structured about this, I used to have a GoPro and I recorded with that. I was also very tempted to continually upgrade whenever there's a new one. But the first concern there, budget. Even if I want to get decent cameras, I don't make enough on YouTube. So right now I am actually using my phone. However, if there are some words that I featured before, there are other phones, better phones that actually use AI to flip it. So if you've seen my other videos and I feature the name of a resort, or if there's any letters, you'll see that they are still inverted. is because this camera, and I'm very grateful still that I have one, it isn't as top-notch or it isn't as advanced yet. So there are some technical issues, especially if I'm trying to record and it's nighttime and the quality isn't great. I'd like to say that money can solve a lot of these technical issues, and most of the time it is true, but also not to fret. It also depends on who's using the gadgets that could try to maximize its potential. So in my case, I'm really trying to do the best that I can given with what I have. I can't wait for this next one, and it's engagement and community management. As you may know or may not know, Your Girl is a one-woman team. So I do everything from the filming to the scripts, to the content, to the editing, to the posting, to even replying to each and every one of you, which I am very extremely grateful for. Every time you make a comment, I do my best to reply, and in fact, I do reply 110%. Of course, I would love for all of those to be positive, and I do get some negative comments, and I'm absolutely fine with that. It helps the algorithm, but of course, it does encourage me much more. It gives me inspiration. It makes me happy to see if I'm able to give you inspiration to visit the Philippines, if I've given you some positive vibes, just any form of motivation, if you can relate. That one always makes me happy, and I really appreciate all the kindness that is put out there. So while I do my best to reply to each and one of you, I would love for you if you can join the membership. You can message me personally. You can also email me if you have any questions, if you plan to visit the Philippines for retirement or for travel or for work. If you're looking for a specific place with particular budget, or you have a certain living condition criteria, I'd love to be able to help you out with that as well. Oh, this is very much a true story as well, and this is consistency in posting or scheduling posts. As much as I want to post as much, I also don't want to look like it's what do you call it when it like spams. I think it's called spams. And also I do want to post quality over quantity, so I try to post every week, I think twice a week if not, or maybe once a week. And also with my budget and time constraint, YouTube doesn't pay me anything, I would say, so I do have to find other means of earning. If you know my full story, I was working in the corporate life for more than 10 years, and because I got burnt out and I realized that, you know, life isn't all about earning. One thing I do miss, one of the things that I do miss is having my colleagues there, just being able to hit the targets. I really miss that adrenaline rush. But if I'm being very honest with my authentic self, I love nature, and I would love to find a business or a means to be able to earn much more but still be with nature. So that's basically my short story about my past. But with regards to scheduling and consistency, right now I do my best to upload as much as I can, while I also am finding other means of income so that I can continue to make hopefully beautiful videos like this and bring you with me wherever I am. I really love nature. Look how pristine this beach is. I really am hoping that I continue this channel for a very long time, and I hope that it's useful for you somehow. Of course, as much as I enjoy creating this video or these videos, and I really hope you enjoy them too, it does take some emotional and mental toll. And if I am gonna be completely candid about this, I do think, or I don't know if worry is the right word, but I do worry, am I putting my energy and efforts in the right place? Am I making the right decision to be making these videos? I really enjoy sharing, and I really hope that, again, you would find some use to it. But sometimes I do wonder, because I'm doing this not for financial gains. As I've mentioned, yeah, YouTube just doesn't pay anything, but I am following what makes me happy, and so I choose to share this kind of life with you. And I love featuring resorts as well. So if you've seen my other videos, you get to have a first-hand virtual tour of what it's like living in those certain places. But in terms of emotional strain, it does get a bit tricky when the algorithm does want me to post consistently. And in terms of yeah, just not knowing or not having a fixed income every month is a bit tricky. There's definitely no financial stability, and emotionally it's a bit, I think what's really keeping me here is all of your support and seeing positive feedback, and knowing that I've gotten some messages with people thanking me for the videos and that it was useful. And for me, there's no better way to thank me than to just write a positive comment. I'm not fishing for any, but I'm just really sharing what's going on behind the scenes. I do question if I'm making the right decisions by putting hours and hours of editing, making the time and effort to go to resorts so that I can show you what's out there in the Philippines. It is very time consuming, but because I really enjoy it, I'm continuing it, and I'm putting trust and faith in the universe that, hey, if you follow your bliss, maybe that's hot girl energy is what they call it. You're following your bliss, you're happy, and because you are grateful, hopefully it will lead to abundance. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I really appreciate it if you stuck through this entire video with me. If you've enjoyed it, let me know, and I really hope that I'll see you in the next video again. I'm doing my best to make sure the videos are insightful and they're well thought of. I love you, and have a wonderful day ahead.